Hello there and welcome back to my channel. In today's Vlogmas video, I will be sharing my best time management tips for the holidays. Typically, I love to share teacher productivity hacks, but today's tips are more geared toward your personal life, but you could definitely adapt them to fit your life in the classroom as well. So let's jump into it with tip number 1, which is to create a recurring checklist you can use year after year. We all know there are certain tasks that come with preparing for the holidays. So in your personal life, that means decorating your house, purchasing gifts, wrapping gifts. Maybe you have to buy food for a special family dinner. But there's also tasks that come with teaching around the holidays. So you could actually create a personal recurring checklist for the holidays and also a teaching recurring checklist for the holidays. In terms of where to store your checklist, it could be as simple as creating a note in the Notes app on your phone. You do have a checklist option, so it will add little bubbles next to your items and you can click in order to check them off. But you also could create and store your recurring checklist in Google Keep. The great thing about Google Keep is once you check off all the items, there is an option to uncheck all the items in just one click, which makes it very easy to set up for the next year. Obviously, you can sit down and brainstorm a lot of those tasks and responsibilities that you know you're gonna have to complete, but as you're going through those weeks leading up to Christmas, any items that come up that you maybe forgot about, go ahead and add them to your checklist. So it's kind of a work in progress. But after you create that checklist this year, you will have it for next year. And that way you don't have to worry about forgetting anything. Tip number 2 is to create reminders for important dates. Around the holidays, there are so many things going on, and that makes it very easy to forget about a meeting or a special event that you have planned. So put it on your calendar. That way you don't have to worry about it slipping your mind. I personally love to use Google Calendar. It is free and you can access it both on your desktop computer and through an app on your phone. When I add the event into my Google Calendar, under the description, I will put maybe the address if it's at someone's house. I will also put a list of any items I need to bring with me and also a list of any tasks that I need to complete ahead of time. Then, depending on the event, I will actually have it remind me maybe a week ahead of time or the day before. That way I don't have to worry about forgetting about it because I'm going to be reminded several times. This is especially helpful for those recurring items on your checklist, such as buying gifts. You know it's something you have to do each year, so create a deadline for yourself. What day do you want to have all of your gifts purchased by? And then put those reminders in so that you have kind of a countdown, like 3 weeks left to buy gifts, 2 weeks left to buy gifts, 1 week left to buy gifts, especially now with so many small businesses being behind with their shipping and different delays. It's great to have it done ahead of time. Tip number 3 is to create a system for gathering gift ideas. I know personally, one of the things I struggle with the most is just trying to decide what to get for people, or when someone asks what I want and I have no clue. So it's helpful to have a list that you can go to so you don't waste time trying to decide. I actually have a note in my Notes app where I keep gift ideas for certain people. So I have a section for my parents, I have a section for my husband, I have a section for my best friend. And throughout the year, as I come up with different ideas, or maybe they mention something that they want or they think would be nice, I will add it into that list. I also do the same thing for myself. So as I think about things that I need or items I might want for Christmas, I will add it to my list. That way, when my parents ask me what I wanted for Christmas, I can go to that list and I will have a few ideas that I can give her right away. You can also do this through Amazon. If you tend to do a lot of your shopping on Amazon, you can have a personal wish list, which you can even then share the link with family and friends so they can see exactly what you want. But you also can create wish lists for different people and you can keep them hidden so no one else can see it but you. You can do the same thing through Pinterest. If you see any items that you like, you can go ahead and pin them to boards and then look back on the boards when you need ideas. If you have school-age children and you're looking for a gift for the teacher, I recommend sending a form to the teacher, and it can be like a physical paper or a digital form like Google Forms that they can complete with some of their favorite things. So maybe their favorite color, their their favorite drink, their favorite food, things that they might need, and that way you will know exactly what to get them. I have actually created a freebie for you, so if you want a form that is ready to go, I have both a digital option and a printable option. You can grab that using the link in the description box. Tip number 4 is to create an organizational system that works for your needs. Around the holidays, there are a lot of items that need organizing, from your holiday decor to the gifts that you are purchasing for people. And it's important that you find a system that works for you. Not every system out there is going to work for your specific needs. Just a few ideas for you. Maybe you could keep a large box or a laundry basket in order to collect any items that you are purchasing for gifts. So it almost works like a catch-all. I know for me, I'm purchasing things for my parents and my best friend and her kids, and I will just put them all into a laundry basket. That way I can actually wrap them all at one time, which we're gonna come to in a future tip. But obviously there will be gifts that you need to hide. So I don't have kids, but I do hide my husband's gifts, but I make sure I make a note in my phone of where I'm hiding his items so I don't forget about it. When I was growing up, at one point I asked for a Rubik's Cube for Christmas. Very small, reasonable gift to ask for. I opened up all my presents and it wasn't there. And my mom suddenly realized that she forgot to wrap it and she forgot where she hid it. So I think I got it in like January or February when she finally found it. So make sure you make a note of wherever you are hiding the gifts so that you know where to find them. In terms of decor, personally, I love to store it all in one place. I think it's a lot easier to get it all out and get it decorated when it's in one spot instead of going to 3 or 4 different locations in my house in order to get out the decor. In my garage, I actually have a shelving unit, and I have just one shelving unit that is all my holiday decor, and that is separate from the rest of the items I store in my garage. Obviously, if you are storing it in containers, it's helpful to label the containers so you know exactly what's inside, or you can just use clear containers. That way you can see through and you know exactly what's in there. Tip number 5 is to utilize a power list. I talk about creating a power list all the time, but if you don't know yet what that is, a power list is just 3 items you're gonna complete for the day. Sometimes when our to-do list is too long, it becomes very overwhelming and we end up not doing anything. So by shortening your list to just 3 items, it's very motivational, and once you get those 3 items done, you can certainly do more, but it at least gets you started. Especially around the holidays, your power list can help you get those items done that you're otherwise putting off. If you put it on your power list, it kind of forces you to actually take steps to get it done. You also can use it for some of those recurring checklist items, especially for gifts that maybe you need to buy early. So I know I always like to buy PJs, but they tend to sell out by the end of November. So I made sure that buying PJs was actually on my power list item back in November so that I could get it done ahead of time. You can keep your power list on a sticky note. You can keep it digitally in your phone through the Notes app or through Google Keep. I personally love using Google Keep, and I do have a set of free headers, including one for a power list that you can grab using the link in the description box. Tip number 6 is to batch your tasks. Batching just means completing items that are similar all at the same time. It is something we naturally do, such as laundry. We don't wash one sock at a time. We wait until we have an entire basket of clothes and then we wash them. And then we leave them in the washing machine for like 2 days before we finally dry them, but that's another story. A great task you can batch around the holidays is wrapping your presents. It takes a lot of time to get out all the supplies, the wrapping paper, the scissors, the tape, and then you have to put it all back once you're done. If you batch your wrapping and you wrap a lot of presents at once, it's going to allow you to be more efficient with your time. Obviously, you may not be able to do it in just one batch, but you could break it up into just 2 or 3 batches leading up to the holidays. I would always do one batch with my family and friends, and that way my husband could be around while I was doing it, and then I would do a second batch with all of his gifts when he wasn't home so he didn't see what he was getting. And finally, tip number 7 is to use micro-productivity. Micro-productivity just refers to doing tasks in small amounts of time that you find throughout the day. So if dinner is cooking in the oven, you can spend that time maybe ordering some gifts online, opening up some of the packages that have been delivered. It's just about making sure you are being productive during those small pockets of time. And it is helpful if you have a list of ideas for tasks to complete in those small chunks of time. So as you create that recurring checklist, maybe star the items that could be done in small pockets of time. I know personally, whenever I have those small chunks of time, I'm always on my phone. So I use it as an opportunity to do kind of an inventory check. I will go through my list ideas and figure out what have I gotten already for family and friends, what do I still need to get them, and I kind of make like my power list for the next couple of days based on what I still have to get done. That is it. Those are 7 time management tips for the holidays. I really hope that this was helpful for you. If it was, please give the video a thumbs up. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you do not miss any future videos. As always, thank you for watching. I love you all so much. Don't forget to put your positive pants on, and I will catch you in the next one.